Alright guys, how we doing? Recon John. Got some new stuff to show you. What I did is I bought a bumper combo, front and rear bumper combo. The rear bumper has a tire carrier. It's for a Jeep Wrangler, the new JK, this year's. And I just wanted to do a review on it. You know, you buy stuff online, you always wonder what you're gonna get, so I'm gonna show you. First of all, the shipping indicated that it was one box, 96 pounds. What in actuality was 3 boxes, and there was one box that was 96 pounds, and then there were 2 other boxes that were probably, I don't know, 45 pounds and probably close to 90 pounds. So just bear in mind what you got coming if you do happen to purchase this. So right here we have the front. This is the front. I got it with the fog lamp cutouts because that's the way my front end is set up right now. I got it in powder coated textured black. It arrived pretty well. I mean, it doesn't have any damage. There's a little bit of foam that's stuck to it. From what I can tell, you know, it's pretty solidly built. I mean, I have no complaints so far. I'm really happy with it. We're gonna continue to unbox some things and you'll see what we got. And hopefully when it's all done, it'll be a positive experience and that'll help you make the decision that took me a good 3 weeks to make, because there's just so much out there for the JK, and the prices are all over the place. Some of them I feel are just ridiculous. I think they take advantage of the specialty market when it, you know, with a Wrangler. They're expensive now. They used to be cheap, you know, base model. You know, now they have all the bells and whistles, satellite. I mean, everything. Everything you could imagine it has. So they figure, hey, if it's an upscale version of a regular vehicle, then we might as well hit them up for any accessories they want. And believe me, there are a lot of accessories out there. We're probably going to show you a few different ones over the next few months because I'm looking to do some things with my Wrangler. It's a Rubicon. So in the box of hardware, it's always nice. I've seen these things show up, not from these guys, without the hardware, and you know that's another week before you can actually do anything. Oh, you know, one other thing I want to mention is last Friday is when I started talking with these guys. And you know how you talk to people online, sometimes it takes a while for them to get back to you. But before it was all said and done, Saturday evening had come and gone. I had made arrangements to purchase the bumper. I got tracking numbers an hour later. The thing was on the road Monday. It's Friday, and it was here at 9:30 this morning. So coming from the West Coast to the East Coast, I mean, you couldn't go any further. You went from Washington to New Hampshire, and I'm about 60 miles, actually 40 miles from the coast. All right, well, it appears to be unscathed, and I'm excited about that because there's nothing worse than having to return something because it arrived damaged. And this is pretty heavy. This is pretty heavy. It's heavy duty. Now, as you can see, a lot of the bumpers that are out there right now, they do not have the hookup for your safety chain. This one does. I mean, it's an $800 bumper made by Barricade. Doesn't have it. So you got to figure out another thing to deal with if you want to run that trail hitch. I'm just going to show you the inside here real quick. I mean, the welds seem pretty decent. I worked in a weld shop for a while. What's nice is they don't bleed through. Is that sexy or what? Woo! All right, gentlemen, keep your pants on. And the third box contains the tire carriers. I want to point something out right now before we get into the installs. That's going to be down the road, but I plan on doing something with that. I don't know if you see this post. This is a pretty hefty post. Reinforced, extra steel plate. Pretty good job there. I give him credit. I watched a guy doing an install on his Barricade with tire carrier, and as it turned out, there was a burr inside the sleeve of the tire carrier. So when he tried to put it on that rotating pin there, it got all bound up about a ½ inch from the bottom, and he had to go to a friend of his that used some kind of funny hydraulic pancake press to push this thing up, and then, you know, through some other wrangling, he finally got it off. Pin was all damaged, scratched up. He got it all back together and everything was fine when it was said and done, but I don't want that aggravation. This looks like a pretty decent setup, and I'm going to be looking to make sure that my sleeve is clean of any burrs, and anything that might be on this post is going to, you know, slide right in freely and not get bound up and cause any type of problem with the mounting. I want it to sit nice and flush. I'll definitely be having at least a 35-inch tire on that tire carrier, and I don't want it swinging out someday when I go down the road. Alright, well, this is just a pretty basic packaging in here. That same black textured powder coat. Nice job, guys. I'm impressed. So everything matches, everything's not damaged. I got one box to open here. This came with a rear bumper for hardware. It's got a couple D-rings and some mounting stuff. This box of hardware, and then in this bubble wrap piece is the lower shield that goes underneath the bumper. So we're gonna open this box up and make sure that one missing piece is actually here. I don't see, and that's what mounts onto the tire carrier and then marries it to your spare. It would be the bracket, the tire mounting bracket. So let's just hope that's in. And it is, there it is. So we got a bunch of other hardware in here. I can open them all up, but I don't want to make a mess. I don't plan on doing this install right now. I got a bunch of things going on today. So yeah, I'm happy with everything that's going on here. So, one thing, and I knew this when I bought it, it says it right on the site, they don't hide it from me. There are no instructions, gentlemen. So, this is not for clowns. I'm a borderline clown, but I'm an experienced clown, so I'm gonna get away with this one. I'm gonna put together a video that will pretty much give you the ins and outs and the things to do and things not to do, and see if we can get these bumpers mounted up on my Rubicon. And then we'll put the video out there for y'all to check out, and then there will be no need for instructions because you can just do it, watch the visual. And that's the way we all are nowadays anyways. Who wants to read anything? I'm out. Hey guys, Rubicon John. Just gonna give you a little tip. Some undercoating inside of the bumper before you do the install. And it really is just to add to the, to the corrosion protection. There's some on here already, but I live up here in the Northeast, so some of this rubberized stuff has a little more longevity than some of the uncoated stuff. That's it. Available at most auto parts stores. Alright guys, as you can see, we do have the bumper off. This is the original. As you'll note in the video, I've made some pictures and some other comments just to make things a little easier on you guys if you decide to go this route. But whatever route you go in, you're going to have to take the original one off, put whatever you buy on. And what most likely is going to happen is there's some brackets that sit inside these rails for the new bumper mount. The new bumper has tailgate, tail hitch, so that's coming off. And that's it. So we'll see you in a few with some more. Last thing, you gotta remove that trailer hitch that comes from the factory. There are 4 bolts that are from the inside, not easy to access. If anything, this took the longest. Hit your bolts with some PB before you try to take them out. These are all welded in, so you're going to be pulling bolts towards the inside of the truck from underneath. The muffler's there, so the access is limited. I used an adjustable, which wasn't the easiest. If you have an open-end ratchet wrench, that would be great. And I think it's 3/4, but I could be wrong. It might be. We got it loose. We got it all freed up. And we're just gonna wiggle it down. There it is. It's off. Boom. For sale. Alright. Looks pretty clean. I think I need to do any work there. I did spray my inner rails with some Rust-Oleum, and I'm going to hit them with some fluid film just to prevent any corrosion. The rear bumper here, got some holes in the top. Spray a little fluid film in there. Again, give longevity to that bumper. Well, actually, that's the bumper reinforcement. Okay, we're just about ready here to put the bumper on. I wanted to just mention, this is that fluid film stuff. They sprayed it inside the rails. Prevent corrosion. Definitely a good buy. One other thing I want to show you, I'm going to bring it up a little closer here, is I've already put these bolts in just for the ease of being able to access a little easier and manipulate them. That's up to you. You do however you want. But that is one thing that I've done a little bit differently than some of the other videos I've seen on different bumper reviews. They're all pretty much the same marrying points because, I mean, it does have to be compatible with Jeep. So whether it's Barricade or Extreme or Yitamotor, they're all going to have the same marrying points. Okay, I've got my undercoated. Most important thing, forgot to tell you. Put these L brackets inside the rails. This is what you're gonna be screwing the bumper into. We have our bumper on, and we have it almost all the way secured. I just wanted to show you something real quick. Here's your bumper mount, left and right sides. It's best to leave things loose so you can adjust as needed. You're probably gonna want to make sure that your tailgate shims line up, and that looks pretty good, so I'm happy with that. What's left are the 4 securing bolts on the bracing bracket that attaches the back of the bumper reinforcement on the Jeep itself. I've already got the bolts through. I'm just going to put the nuts on, tighten them up, and we'll be on to the next step. Hey guys, we're getting closer. What we've done is we've removed the rear tire carrier, we've tucked the CV antenna and the third brake light wire back into the tailgate. The third brake light comes apart pretty easy, and there's a plate off. Plate off. Here everyone, we have the front grille removed, which is part of the process that I got going on here today, because besides the front bumper install, I'm also changing out my headlights. So we pulled the front grille off, pretty simple situation here. We've got these little clips. This is the way they'll be seated in your grill. What you do is you pop this centerpiece up like that, and then this comes right out. That's a two piece. You see, it's taking the fog lights out, putting in the new bumper, removing the headlights, replacing those with the new LED headlights, and then we're putting everything back together. And you'll be seeing video all along the way. You'll see how it goes, and you'll see more, maybe you see less. Okay, we got the bumper off. It was a little bit of work. You need 2 on the outside, you can get relatively easy. These are a little harder. I found it easy to take the valance off first, get this top on, get that top on, and then you can pretty much get the bottom ones after that. With a little bit of extra space there, you're able to get in there with some power tools and make it a lot easier. I do recommend that you disconnect the wire harness from the inside bumper of the original bumper before you take it off completely, because then you'd be fighting with it. Alright, so we got that done. What we're going to do now is I'm going to pop the fog plates out of the original bumper. We're going to take these out. Pretty simple. If you can see these four here, yeah, Phillips head. Pull those out, put them in the new. The new bumper has mounts for them. I'll probably drill some holes for the license plate mount, and then that'll be it. We'll be update. The headlights out. Get the bezels. I just painted them black. I got a thing. I'm not a big fan of chrome. I've undercoated the inside of the front bumper. I've undercoated the inside, and I'm gonna flip it over and do the other side of the rock shield that goes on the lower part of the bumper. Everything here is ready to go. There are 3 bolts in the bumper, go right through the frame mount, both sides, and then you're going to have 1 bolt that comes from the back side into the bumper where there's a fixed mount on the bumper. We're going to pop the headlights in, hook up the front bumper, put the grill back in, and we'll get back to you. Okay, you can see we have the bumper installed. It was a little bit of work. It's